my way back to you.
Out here in Peach Creek, Montgomery County, got the 870. Doing some, we're going to do an acre and a half here. Fence line, leaving 15-foot buffers. So the way you guys, if you want to run a buffer and you have a blind, like over here, there's a blind area, meaning that we have to run a fence line on an unmarked area. In order to find it, what you do is if you have a fence line right here, this is a good scenario, you have a fence line on this side already established. You're going to run this fence line all the way back till you hit the back corner of this, okay? And then you're going to measure it, say 500 feet. After you measure that 500 feet, you're going to run back and you're going to go to the middle of this property, divide the property and go to the middle right here. And then you're going to run another 500-foot strip as straight as you think is possibly you think. Then you will connect the two from the middle to this fence line over here. Connect those two at the back of the property. So you'll end up connecting this fence line in the middle line that you cut together. Once you do that, you'll measure and say, okay, you have a 50-foot buffer there. You will start running back and forth on that line until you get the acquired buffer, 15, 20 feet, whatever it is. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you'll come back to the middle and you will start pushing this line over until you're comfortable enough to run the back line to your back property pin. Once you do that, try to leave it heavy, you know, maybe like, you know, if you want a 15-foot buffer, try to leave like 50 foot. But once you get that back line cut over, so you will have your entire back square from pin to pin. Then you run your back corner pin on this other side, keeping straight with your adjacent line in the middle of the property, and run the opposite property pin, which is over here. And you can have your guys check, you know, with your wheel. We have a wheel. We have a wheel right here, so you just have your little wheel and have the guys just run back and forth to make sure you are adjacent, you are straight, and then you'll end up coming out at your other property pin, like right here. Once you get that, you can come back and see how much your buffer is. Say, you know, you have a 30-foot buffer, this customer wants a 15-foot buffer, so you can then start back in the middle and run back over till you get the acquired buffer, 15-foot, 20-foot, whatever it may be. That's how you end up getting these buffers without having, you know, without having anything cut here. So it's just about measuring and about, you know, taking your time to square this stuff up. And you could almost get it perfect, especially in a property like this, what actually has one cut, you know, a fence line already cut and established on this right side. If it's not, you will have to measure the front, okay, and then you'll have to try to locate that back pin. And I usually will get the property and kind of look and say, okay, look at the property next and to the right, see if they're square, look on the survey, see if it's square, and run the middle line down of the property, which you feel is the middle of the property, and run that down and take your time and measure to make sure, you know, if you go back 400 feet and then have the guys measure and say, okay, look, I need to go back another 100 feet. We'll just go 50 more feet and just slowly get it till you get the depth that you want. And then you should be able to measure over and find your other pin, or measure left or right and find your other pin that way. And you know, obviously you're going to have to do a little searching that way, but you usually can find it. We have metal detectors, which helps out a lot. You can get a really good you know, locator. You know, usually you can get them at these little tool shops, you know, rebuild a tool shops. We have one in Conroe, or you can get one at a pawn shop. A really good one, you can get one for like 200 bucks. There are cheap ones you can get, but I mean, if you want a really good one, just get one about 200 bucks at a pawn shop, and that'll help out great. You also can get these little GPS's, Academy, Bass Pro Shops, Gander Mountain, or some of the stores around us that have them. But you can get a little survey. You can get a good survey piece of, you know, the little GPS trackers. Some of you guys use them in hunting and things like that. You can get a really good one for about 150 bucks. And those will help out too. So there's a couple ways for you guys to hit these fence lines and to do these things without having a full survey line cut. Because a lot of times we actually work and do this for the survey company to make it easier, and you know, it kind of gets into, well, counterproductive thing. Well, they say the survey company says you need to cut these things to make it easier for them so they don't charge you a bunch. But then how are you supposed to do it if you don't have the you know, if you don't have the boundaries and everything? You need it surveyed. So it's kind of like that little circle thing going on, but that's how you do it. And you can help the survey company out, plus help the customer out as well. That's what we do. We want to provide a service for the customer, and we want to provide a service for the survey crew as well. So when you guys are wondering how you can do that, so that's just a couple tips. So, but I'll hopefully bring you another video of this property completed if I don't get too busy. We've just been really busy. But there you go, guys. That's the start of this, and we'll check in a little bit later.